Meet Rachel, a quiet girl with dreams of becoming a medical doctor, and her roommate Lola, who seemed to know everyone's secrets. Among them was the dark tale of the metal hanger. Lola, whispering, "Rachel, have you heard about the hanger?" Rachel, "What hanger?" Lola, "She, not so loud. It's how some girls take care of unwanted things." Rachel, "Unwanted things?" Lola, "Yeah, like when they don't want to be pregnant anymore." Welcome to Ideka Stories, the best channel for storytelling in English and folktales with moral lessons. In the heart of an old school stood a hostel, a home to girls with dreams, secrets, and sometimes mistakes. And within that hostel, there was a rusted, bent metal hanger, a hanger with a story no one would dare tell out loud. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Rachel. Rachel was kind, quiet, and dreamed of becoming a doctor. She shared her hostel room with Lola. Now, Lola wasn't like Rachel. She had been in the hostel long enough to know everyone's secrets and stories, even the dark ones. One night, as they prepared for bed, Lola looked at Rachel with a glint in her eye. Lola, whispering, "Rachel, have you heard about the hanger?" Rachel, curious. "What hanger?" Lola, glancing around nervously. She, "Not so loud. You're too innocent, Rachel. You don't know what girls here go through." Rachel, "Go through? What do you mean?" Lola looked around, making sure no one was listening. Lola, "Sometimes girls get into trouble, and they don't want it. The older girls call it help yourself. They use that old hanger to take care of it." Rachel's heart began to race. She had heard whispers, seen girls disappear from school for a few days, coming back pale and quiet. But she never imagined it was this. Rachel, stunned. "What? How do they? Isn't it dangerous?" Lola, "It is. Some girls don't come back the same. Some can never be mothers because of it." Rachel's mind spun. She couldn't imagine the pain, the fear those girls must have felt. And she couldn't forget the look in Lola's eyes, a look that said she knew all too well what it was like. Narrator, reflective. Rachel tried to shake the story from her mind, but it clung to her like a shadow. The next day, in the hallways, she noticed girls she'd never paid attention to before, the quiet ones, the ones who seemed to carry a secret. And then she met Emma. Emma, whimpering. "I didn't know. I thought it would fix everything. I thought." Emma was one of the girls who had tried to help herself. But all it brought was more pain, pain so deep it would haunt her for life. The hanger was no help. It was a curse, a symbol of hidden suffering and lost dreams. Rachel couldn't shake the image of Emma, her trembling hands, her eyes full of regret and pain. She felt the weight of something that had been buried in her school for too long. This can't go on. This has to stop. Rachel, to herself. Rachel was just a student, a junior student at that. She wished she could make a change. But she knew that was not her moment to stand up. If she did, there were forces that would drag her down and even her life may go down. She decided to focus on her studies and leave the battle till when she got the senior class. Unfortunately, she couldn't do anything. In fact, the school management seemed to aid and abet some crimes going on in the school. Like, How could she succeed when the male teachers are making out with the female senior students? She also discovered that metal hanger was part of hand-over items the seniors gave to their successors. An anathema. Rachel, now a young doctor, is walking into the hospital in her white coat, a determined smile on her face. Years later, Rachel was sitting comfortably in her office. It was antenatal day, a busy day for her. She had many pregnant women to see. She also sees patients who are trying to conceive. They are called the TTC. It was on this day that 2 women came as TTC patients. They have been married for the past 5 years. She recognized them. They were her schoolmates, but the women pretended as if they never met before. After all the medical examinations, Rachel discovered their wombs were perforated. They were damaged beyond repair. You used the hanger? Rachel asked, her showing pity and concern. The 2 patients were filled with regrets. Instead of answering the question, they let out loud cries. This was the moment Rachel was waiting for. More delay would mean more harm, especially the innocent ones in the hostel. Rachel approaching the school new counselor, Mrs. Johnson. Mrs. Johnson. My name is Dr. Rachel. I was a former student of this great alma mater. I need to tell you something important. It's about the hanger in the hostel. Mrs. Johnson, confused. The hanger. What do you mean? Rachel took a deep breath. Rachel. The girls, they are using it to hurt themselves. They call it help yourself, but it's not. It's hurting them, Mrs. Johnson. They need someone to help them the right way. With Rachel's courage, the truth finally came out. Mrs. Johnson was horrified, but she knew what she had to do. She called meetings, brought in counselors, and taught the girls that there were safe places to go, safe people to talk to, safe ways to handle these things. The metal hanger was finally taken down from the wall and replaced with information, support, and hope. Rachel became the doctor she had always dreamed of being. She spent her days helping women and girls make choices about their health, safe, informed choices. She never forgot the hunger or the secrets hidden in that old hostel, and she made it her mission to make sure no girl ever had to suffer like that again. And the metal hanger. It was taken down and cast away, a symbol of a dark chapter that was finally closed, replaced by understanding, compassion, and the hope of a brighter future.
African tales from the past, folk tales, mystery, storytelling, African folk tales, African stories, horror stories. Welcome to Ideka Stóries.